Today I'm going to be making a really old-fashioned English recipe, Eccles cakes. Now we're going to start off with our currants. We're then going to add some gorgeous brown sugar. That's going to give it such a beautiful flavour. I've got here some mixed peel going in, and I have here 2 teaspoons of mixed spice going in as well. I'm now going to pour some melted butter over this. Oh, I love the smell of melted butter, that is gorgeous. And now we're just going to mix this a bit. And then I'm going to add about a tablespoon, maybe 2 tablespoons of rum. All I need to do now is cover this and pop it to one side and let all those flavours marinate while I make the pastry. We're ready now to make a pastry. So I'm using my food processor because I find that a lot easier, but you can do this by hand, no trouble at all. To my flour, I'm going to add some very cold cubed butter. Now I kept that in the freezer overnight, so that is really, really cold. And I'm just going to blend this a little bit, just so all of the flour has covered the butter. Now into that I'm going to add some very cold water. Now I've kept this in the fridge overnight, and I'm going to add just half of my water to start with. I'm going to put the rest in now, and I'm going to blend this, but I don't want to overdo this because what I need is little bits of butter still visible in the dough. Now you can see here that I've barely blended that together, and there are bits of flour there. So I'm going to tip it out, look at that, onto my work surface. I've got the dog walking around here. He absolutely loves pastry. Now all I'm going to do is bring this all together very carefully. So here we have our dough. Now I can flour my surface, but not too much. Just a little sprinkling on there. We're going to try and make our dough into a nice shape, and then we're going to roll it into an oblong. And you can, I don't know if you can see it on the camera there, we've got nice little bits of butter still showing here. I'm going to try and keep this a reasonable shape. I've got this little bit of flour here just to stop my rolling pin sticking. Now we're going to roll this to about ½ an inch. Now we're going to do the same sort of fold as we would do if we were making puff pastry. In and in. There you go. And try and get a nice little shape going on with that. Now I'm going to turn it over. As you can see, there's bits of butter there sticking. So we do need to use a tad of flour. But as you can see, I'm not going to use a lot. Enough to stop my rolling pin from sticking. So you give it a bit of a turn, and now we're going to roll it again. Again to about ½ inch. And again, I'm going to fold it once more. We're going to do this a total of 3 times. Just give it a quarter turn, like that. If you find that your pastry is getting too soft, pop it in the fridge for about 15 minutes and rest it, and that will be perfect. Last fold going on here now, and our pastry is ready to use. I'm just going to pop this now, covered, in the fridge, or wrapped, and put it in the fridge to chill right down. So probably rest it an hour in the fridge and we're good to go. Well, my mix for my Eccles cakes has marinated beautifully, and I've got to tell you, I've got some on my finger and it is absolutely delicious. My dough has rested in the fridge, and now it's time to make up the cakes. So let's get going. We're going to roll this pastry to about a 1/4 of an inch or an 1/8 of an inch. Depends how much pastry you want, really. There we go. That should be about it. Look at that, beautiful. Now I'm rolling this all out in one piece because we don't really want to be using any more overcuts than we need to. Okay, so I have 2 trays ready to go, and I should get about 8 or 10 round ones from my pastry. 8. I'm going to get 12. I'm going to get 12. So there you go. If you did square, you'd probably get more, but I'm going to do these in the traditional shape. Okay, here we go. So I have 12 pieces cut out now. So taking my filling and my scoop, I'm going to put, which one should I start with? Well, the nearest one to me would be better, wouldn't it? I'm going to put filling as much as I can in the middle, there, like that. But I need enough space around the edges to pull these together. So here we go. Now all I need to do is bring these up and pull it together. There. Ooh. And stick my pastry. There we go. And that bit. Oh, look at this. We want to stick it down so we've got no holes in the bottom. That bit can come up. Ooh, there we go. This will definitely be easier to do with 2 hands. Right, I'm going to make sure that I don't have any holes there. Lovely. Shape it so it's nice. There we go. And just squish it down a bit, but not too hard so that everything falls out. Taking a sharp knife, I'm going to cut 3 grooves in the top of these, and then I'm going to place it on my tray. I'm filling my tiny scoop, the smallest of my set, with filling, and that seems to be just about the right amount. I'm going to flour my hands again and make sure I got no holes at the bottom. There we go. Oh look, that's nicely sealed. there and pinch there. Don't want holes on my bottom. Shape it round and just flatten it with your hand. You don't need to roll it again, just flatten it. There we go. Cut 3 slits diagonally across. Oh, it's moving. And then put it on your tray. And you just keep going like that. Well, I've made up my cakes. Now all I'm going to do is give them a bit of an egg wash. Now, traditionally, you would just use egg white to brush these. So if you want to be a stickler, go for the egg white, not the whole egg. But because I used egg to stick these together, I'm a bit of a skinflint and I'm not wasting all this egg. And then we're going to generously sprinkle the tops with some brown sugar. There we go. And then we're going to bake these in a preheated oven on 190 degrees. I'll put the other temperatures up for you in a minute. For 20 minutes. They're going in for 20 minutes or until they're brown and golden and wonderful. Well, here are my wonderful Eccles cakes. I mean, look at these. They look absolutely beautiful and the pastry has risen up beautifully. I've got to admit, I am 3 of these missing because my son turned up and my husband is in the other room and they've already eaten some of these. And we've got the thumbs up on that. Nothing more to do than taste these. Oh look. Look at that pastry. That is beautiful and flaky and wonderful. Now they taste just like the ones you get in the shop. Well, I don't know what else to say about this. They are beautiful. I do hope you try this. They are well worth the effort, well worth the effort. Well, if you liked what you saw, please like, share and subscribe to see me making more delicious, cost-effective food. Thank you for watching.